So the reason that we've called you here this morning is to provide an update on our search for 12-year-old Evans Clairvoix. And Evans remains missing this morning. Evans was last seen Sunday at around 5 o'clock at his home on Northeast 11th Avenue, and he has not been seen or heard from since. We know that Evans is currently struggling with some personal issues. However, we're not going to get into those details. Our priority is finding this child and bringing him home safely to his parents. And that's what we need the community's help with. We have shared his photo. We have new photographs that we will be sharing today. And we're asking that anyone who has information or may have seen Evans to please contact us. What we know about him is that he loves to be outside. He sometimes sleeps under trees or under bridges, semi-trucks, and cars. Usually he stays within a 3-block radius of his home and returns within a few hours. But this time he's believed to be on a black bicycle, and he hasn't returned in several days. And that is our big concern. He usually comes home in a few hours, and now it's been since Sunday. In previous encounters with our officers, he's told them that if he ran away again, he might go to a church. So we are asking our houses of worship to please look outside your building, if you have a maintenance shed or if you have any exterior buildings that are unsecured or even secured, if you can look inside there and see if he might be there. Check cars, underneath cars in your parking lot. We're working with federal, state, and local partners to include FDLE, the FBI, DCF, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and Missing Endangered Persons Information Clearinghouse. We have been searching for Evans on foot. Our detectives have been going door to door canvassing in neighborhoods, doing grid searches, looking under trees and cars and in vacant homes and buildings. We have posted flyers with photographs of Evans in all of the local businesses. We've shared his photograph and information with law enforcement nationwide. We're doing aerial searches and searching our local waterways. We're asking that anyone with information, even if you think you possibly saw him, to please call 911 or our non-emergency number at 561-732-8116. Information can also be submitted on our website, bbpd.org, our social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nextdoor, and Ring, or by sending an email to tips@bbfl.us. Detective Labby, if you'd like to translate in Creole, please.
Okay. Merci pour nous la matin. Comme nous connaissons, petit 12 ans qui est le Evans Clairvoix, nous toujours à chercher. Dernièrement, nous Evans c'est dimanche à 5 heures l'après-midi dans la Cali, il était dans Northeast 11th Avenue dans Boynton Beach. Depuis dimanche, nous pas jamais Evans. Nous connaissons que Evans a quelques petits problèmes personnels et là, mes parents fait nous connaître. Mais en attendant, nous ne pouvons pas discuter des problèmes personnels. Mais nous-mêmes, nous connaissons les problèmes personnels. La priorité, je dis, c'est pour nous besoin d'aide dans la communauté pour nous joindre Evans. Nous avons une photo Evans, nous partageons avec nous. Premier jour, nous avons reporté missing là. Nous avons continué à partager de nouvelles photos de Evans avec nous. Nous connaissons Evans comme dehors, de dormir en bas pied bois, tout près de la Cali, en bas pont et dans la machine qui vide. Plusieurs fois, il est parti, nous toujours joignons tout près de la Cali. Chaque partie, nous toujours joignons dans 2-3 heures de temps. En attendant, pour aujourd'hui, nous pensons quitter la Cali avec une bicyclette. Ça nous connaît son bicyclette noire et li pou kon jam tourner la kali depuis li quitté dimanche. Avant ça, il était dit officier qui compte toujours à la veille, il était dit officier si li quitte kali encore, il kal non l'église. So nous demandons tout le monde toute l'église dans la communauté pour checker building yo, pour checker machine qui vide pour ou bien parking lot pour essayer là-dedans. Kounya a travaillé avec un pilote agency fédérale yo, FBI, state yo, local partner yo pour aider nous. Nous avons une compagnie qui est le National Center for Missing and Exploited Children also. Il a aidé nous pour nous rencontrer monsieur. Ça nous a fait nous chercher lui à pied. Nous avons plusieurs monde, plusieurs agencies qui ont aidé nous. Nous avons allé porte par porte pour nous joindre. Nous avons cherché en bas pied bois, machine, caille qui vide. Nous avons essayé pour nous joindre avec elle. Nous avons flyer tout nous fait. Nous mettons dans tout business, nous avons photos, nous partageons avec toute police locale, toute l'autre police, l'autre agency autour. Et jusqu'à présent, nous utilisons, nous cherchons, nous utilisons hélicoptère, nous utilisons drone pour nous joindre. Jusqu'à présent, nous ne pouvons pas joindre. Si vous avez une information, vous avez une information de lui-même, s'il vous plaît, contactez 911. Ou bien 561 732 81 16. 561 732 81 16. Ou bien tout, ou qu'à avoir information sur le site ça qui bbpd.org. Ou bien dans social media type nous qui @bbfl.us. Merci. Et puis, sur une question pour Caroline, c'est détective sergent Astel Labé. Nous avons tout sur le partage d'informations. Merci.
So at this point, we'll open it up to some of your questions. But again, our priority in being here this morning is to share Evan's photos with the community and urge anyone who sees this child to please call 911, or if you're in another part of the state, reach out to your local law enforcement agency. Again, you can also send information via our website, our social media, and tips@bbfl.us. So if you've got some questions, we'll try to answer them.
You have a lot of runaway cases that you've handled in the past. What makes this one different? You guys brought in the FBI, you're searching canals. What prompted you to do that in this case?
Because of his age, he's so young. We do have sometimes kids run away, and they're, 15, 16. It's typical, but in this case, he's 12 years old. We don't usually have a 12-year-old not coming home the same day. So that's why usually we, if we have something like that, within 2-3 hours, we're able to recover them. So we usually put all our resources, it's our priority to try to find kids that young.
And why the canal? Why were you searching the canal specifically under the water?
Because we got information that he loves to be near the waterways. He loves fishing. That's one of his passions. So we're trying to cover all the bases. We make sure we're searching everywhere for him.
And in addition to that, we've also spoken with local fishermen. So as part of our grid searches, our foot searches, it's talking to individuals that may live or hang out in the woods, individuals that also fish in the area, and asking them if they've seen him as well. So it's going to areas that he's known to frequent and seeing if there's any signs that he may have been there.
What kind of tips are you getting from the public, from the people in the neighborhoods?
Right now, we getting information that they have seen him recently, as early as yesterday. But every time we get these tips, we try to get on them right away. And so far, we haven't had any concrete information yet. So that's why we're still looking for him.
If people approach him, does he run away or does he act differently towards contact?
I would strongly recommend, if you see him, to call 911. But he's not a violent kid, as far as we know.
What steps will we see today in today's search?
So they'll continue with the grid searches. We have local, state, and federal resources that are, again, working alongside us to supplement our resources, and they'll be doing more of those grid searches, extending their perimeter from yesterday, going the entire city. And then that's why we've asked all of you to be here, because we need your help. And he may not be in Boynton Beach anymore. So we need the public's help, the media's help, to get his photograph out there and share this information. So if somebody sees him, these are much clearer photographs than we previously had, and it shows, is this pretty accurate of what he looks like?
Yes.
Would look like today as far as his age. So to take a really good look at these photos. And if you see someone who resembles Evans, to please call us.
Are there any friends, family members in a different area in Florida?
He does have some family members, but mostly in Boynton Beach, and we are in constant contact with them. We're in constant contact with Mom. So we're checking on everything.
Does he speak English or just Creole?
Yes, he does.
DCF was mentioned yesterday. What role does DCF have to play in this case?
We're working with them. Anytime we're dealing with kids, we always look out, for help, because unfortunately we don't have the resources that they have. So we always look out for them, just asking for services, what we can provide for families. So especially, this family, they don't, speak the language, so sometimes we have ways we can help, and just an extra way of trying to help the family.
I know you had mentioned that it's concerning that he's been gone for this amount of time. Usually he returns pretty quickly. It's so hot outside right now. What are your concerns as far as his health? If he's on foot on this bike, I mean, as a 12-year-old, he didn't leave with anything, right? So what are your concerns as far as his health goes? Do you think that he'll be okay making it out there this long?
Well, and that's, again, our priority. Our priority is finding him, because now it's Thursday, and he left home on Sunday. So his health is, of course, a concern for us. And that's why we're here pleading, again, with the community to please, this is a child of our community. This affects all of us. We all have a responsibility to, to look at this little boy. He could be any of our kids. We have a responsibility to work together as a community to try to find him. And that's what we're asking the community to help us do.
You have boats in the water, you have planes, helicopters, drones in the sky. Approximately how many people do you have on the ground? BVPD, FBI, anyone else involved?
We're using all the available resources possible. So we have, like I said, we reach out to the FBI. They've been pretty helpful. Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, they're helping us. So we have everything set up, and we are working tirelessly looking for him.
I mean, I know you had yesterday close to a dozen FBI detectives or agents on scene. Can you put a number on how many people are actually looking for?
So the numbers are changing, because we have, as we're reaching out to other agencies, they're sending more manpower. So there may have been a dozen yesterday, there could be 24 today, but we can't really quantify. We are extremely grateful to our law enforcement partners. As soon as we called, they came.
So you have Delray Beach, Boca, Palm Beach County Sheriff's also helping?
We also have Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. They were out there yesterday assisting us. So this is a community effort.
It's an all-out manhunt.
This is, I don't know that I would use that word, but this is a community effort to find this child.
Will fire rescue be out again, searching a larger perimeter of the canal?
We reach out to, we're still working on, again, everything's still, we're working as we go, and that's a possibility.
It's a possibility. As information is coming in to the detectives and they're weeding through the tips that they're getting, it's kind of dictating their next steps. So we have additional resources available to us today. I know that they're out there right now on foot searching, and we'll see where the information that comes in takes us.
Sorry, can you just go through who's who's participating in the search? Because I just heard from him about like Boca and Delray, but if you could say it.
Well, yesterday, you can talk about yesterday who the law enforcement partners that assisted you.
So far, we received help from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. They've been very great. They have the capability of using the Eagle, so we reach out to them, we use them for that, and we use, Delray has a joint unit, PBSO has also a joint unit, so they help us with that, and with the FBI and Florida Department of Law Enforcement. We're not just looking at just here in Palm Beach County, so they have the ability to, to use other resources as well. So that's why we will reach out to them, because we're very concerned for this kid, He's so young, and we just want to find him. So whatever we need to do, we'll do it, so.
I feel like we do see a lot of missing kids, unfortunately, throughout Palm Beach County. Why are there so many people and agencies searching for this 12-year-old? Is this a different scenario, or is this what happens all the time? We just don't necessarily hear about it.
No, so I think that Detective Sergeant Labby addressed that. This is a 12-year-old boy. And historically, when you have runaways, they're older. Also, Evans is known to our agency. This is not the first time he's run away. He usually comes back. This time, we're going on, 5 days now? And that's a concern. It's hot. It is South Florida in the heat of the summer. His health is a concern to us. So we are not going to, we recognize the resources we have here, but if we have law enforcement partners that have resources that are above and beyond ours, we are immediately going to reach out to them. There is no other reason than that our priority is finding this child, and we're going to use every resource available to us.
So in this particular case, for example, when we have kids that age, we put all our resources that within that 1 hour, we're usually successful at locating them, and unfortunately, this was not the case.
Is there a message from the parents or the family members to the media?
Well, mom is, they're cooperating with us, constant contact with her, In fact, we spoke at least 3 times today. So we have officers constantly in contact with myself and Detective Mocha. They really looking for help. Mom is open to do whatever she needs to do, whether it's getting help from other agencies to help her. She's willing to do anything. So they've been very open with us, and whatever we need.